welcome to another Mario Party 7 minigame review!
Last time, we reviewed Be My Chum, the first of the 1v3 mic minigames. All I have to say is, it was better than Balloon Busters, at least. Although the average is still at a 3, just to let you know.
And finally, we've gotten to our first proper free-for-all minigame, that being Big Dripper. And to let you know, that there are only 13 of them in this game, so yeah. We're going to be seeing pretty little of them for this game. Anyways, without any more filler, let's get to the review, shall we?
So here's how you play this minigame. You and the other 3 players are in an arena with multiple honeycombs on the top and a few beehives on the sides. Your job is to collect as many honeys as you can, well, as many drops as you can in the 30-second time period. And if bees come out of the hives, you gotta duck in time. If you don't, the bees will stun you for a few seconds. You gotta be pretty careful, as there can also be some fake outs, just to let you know. It's basically Coney Island with a ton of extra steps. Well, morely a few. For one, you know where the honey's going to be dropping down, pretty much, because there are already some puddles of honey on the floor already that are laid out for you. Which makes things a lot more easier to discover where the honey is in the first place. Although, one thing I actually like, and it's a pretty simple detail, is the fact, even though you are ducking, if you're under a honey puddle and a drop is coming down, you'll still collect it. That is a level of generosity, and it's pretty good. Yeah, I will say I kind of wish that this minigame was a bit more different at some points. Maybe have it go on for a bit longer, since I feel like 30 seconds still makes it a bit hard for the player to get a bit of an idea of what's going on. However, that's pretty much a minor complaint. It's just that this minigame kind of exists for the most part. However, despite that though, I still had a ton of fun playing it, because you're always going to be concerned of when the bees are going to be coming out of the hives in the first place, and just how much honey is coming down in the first place as well. And for the fact that this is our first free-for-all, this is a pretty good way to start it. Just makes me wish that we started off with this one first, because still, this is a pretty good minigame. And, well, there really isn't too much of this minigame besides that. Although if you're playing with hard and even brutal computers, they'll basically just try to steal your territory, which could really make the game even more intense if you don't know what you're doing. And I love that the fact that they could program the computers like that. However, that's really adding nothing. So yeah, let's get to the overall thoughts.
Shall we? Overall, Big Dripper, despite how weird the name is, it's a pretty good minigame. It's basically like Coney Island, but with some extra steps. Because the fact that bees could come out and attack you, and also for the fact that it could basically fake you out at points, which is pretty clever. And also for the fact that basically, even though you're ducking, you're also basically able to collect honey while that's happening, which is pretty nice. And also for the fact that, well, you gotta be pretty careful around your other opponents. Because like Coney Island, you're basically just gonna be pushing your opponents all over the place. And the fact that you at least know where the honey can at least drip, that's at least a good indication for where you're going to go. It's a pretty good minigame and pretty much a good improvement on Coney Island. I'm going to give it 4 stars. It's a pretty good one, and I really wish it's going to come back in another Mario Party. I hope so. And that's it for today. Up next, we're going to be reviewing Boxing Day. See you guys then.
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly.